Today I want to talk about forgiveness and how we can move from a place of feeling really like we have an inability to forgive to a place where we have more space to forgive somebody. So when we're in this place where we really cannot bring ourselves to forgive somebody for what they did to us, we are very narrowly focused on the pain that we're feeling because of the perpetrator, whatever they did to us. Now, we want to widen this lens so that we create space for forgiveness to take place. So how do we do that? By recognizing that there are three types of business in this world. There's God's business, there's another person's business, and there's our business. Now, when we recognize this and apply it to the situation that we're having a hard time forgiving, we realize that there's God's business. God wanted us to go through this for whatever reason. There's this other person's business. They were the perpetrator, unfortunately, for this situation. And then there's our business by asking ourselves, what part did I play in this, or what part can I now in the future play that it will never happen again? Recognizing that, widening this lens creates space for forgiveness to take place. Today I want to talk about forgiveness and another piece that can help us when we're struggling with forgiveness. So if you ask yourself what kind of feelings are associated with being unable to forgive, there's a ton of hurt, anger, resentment, fear. Now, we have to make place for other emotions in order for there to be place for forgiveness. We need to make place for feelings of compassion and love and acceptance. Now, how can we do that when there was an egregious act committed, right? So we can do this by asking ourselves a very simple question. What kind of person would have perpetrated such hurt? And typically you'd be able to come up with a list of experiences or qualities that would create a person that can perpetrate so much hurt. And when we realize that, we are able to develop some compassion, and this tiny bit of compassion creates space for you to then be able to forgive. Last thing I want to say about forgiveness is a myth that I think a lot of us suffer from with forgiveness. And we think that forgiveness is a one and done. We forgive somebody, whether we forget or we don't forget, but we forgive, we let go, and we move on. And I think that's a big myth. I think forgiveness is a practice, just like meditation. And even within one episode of forgiveness, it's a practice. So what that means is that we can forgive one day, and the next day something's triggered and those feelings are brought up again, and we have an inability to forgive, and that day we're carrying around more emotional baggage, and then the next day we're in a stronger place emotionally and we have an ability to forgive and let go of that experience even more than we had previously, and that day we feel lighter and we're able to progress in other ways, and it opens us up more. And slowly but surely we get to a place of more complete forgiveness. But the concept is that forgiveness is a practice. It's not a one and done. Here's another really helpful way to get yourself closer to a place of forgiveness when you're really struggling to forgive somebody. It starts with inquiry. Ask yourself, is there a place in myself that I am similar to this other person and to the wrongdoing that they did to me? So is there a similar characteristic trait that I have within myself that I really don't like about myself that is similar to this other person? And if yes, then work on forgiving yourself for that flaw that you perceive. If there isn't a place that you find yourself that you're similar, then just inquire within yourself, where are the places that I am struggling to forgive myself, that I dislike about myself and that I don't forgive myself? Ask yourself to find those places and work on forgiving yourself for those things. Forget about forgiving the other person right now and just try to forgive yourself. Forgiving others begins with forgiving ourselves. Okay, so here's another great way to help yourself get closer to a place of forgiveness. Take out a pen and paper and write down all the reasons that you don't want to forgive this individual, all the things that are holding you back from getting to a place of forgiveness. So for example, one of them could be fear of getting hurt again. So after you write down all these reasons why you don't want to forgive or you can't bring yourself to forgive this person, I want you to go through each reason and challenge each reason. Ask yourself, is it true? So is it true that if I forgive this person, I will get hurt again? And then come up with reasons that prove the opposite is true. So what are some reasons why even if I forgive this person, I will not get hurt again? So go through this list that you've created and challenge each thing gently. And don't even work on getting to a place of forgiveness. Just go through your list, challenge each reason, and let your subconscious do the rest. Good luck.